What's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a quick video today for the 2020 season. Gonna preview a team, and today's team, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Alright, the Iowa Hawkeyes coming off a 9-3 regular season last year, 10-3 overall if you look at it. They're one of those teams, I think, when I think of Iowa, first off, underrated. I mean, you look at the losses they had last year. Sorry about that, my dog. But again, getting back to Iowa, coming off a 9-3, 10-3 overall season, and getting back to what I was trying to say before, Iowa to me is a team that can compete in the Big Ten. Now, you look at the wins that they had. I mean, Rutgers, who is just an embarrassment. Miami, Ohio, I mean, come on. Home game, Miami, Ohio, just terrible. I mean, so they don't have quality wins from last year. And you look at it, all of their losses, all three losses, well, actually, two of the three were on the road, at Michigan and at Wisconsin. And then you had a home loss to Penn State. I did a Penn State preview. Of course, we know how good they can be. And they've recruited really well in years past. We had last year, and you look at the draft, I think off the top of my head, there were at least three guys. Or no, there were actually two. I wanted to say three because of the AJ Epinesa guy who's entering the draft this year, who's a talented edge rusher, looks like a day one guy, could go in the first round. He's special. I mean, he will get through tackles, he'll get through blocks and stuff. I'll get into some more draft stuff as we're starting the month of April now. I'll get into some more draft stuff as we get closer. They lost two tight ends to the draft last year. What were their names? Noah Fant or something, and then TJ something. I don't know. Someone let me know down in the comments. So they've recruited well. Of course, they also lose a talented quarterback in Nate Stanley this year. I'm not sure exactly who they have recruited lately. I would have to look. But I'm sure that, when you look at it, Iowa is a team that has talent, not necessarily all the way around, but it's there. And I feel like some of those players, and this is what I don't like, is we focus on the players when it comes time for the draft and not so much during the season. So, but we will have to see. They lose a guy in Tristan Wirfs, who's a first-round offensive tackle. Very, very talented. I think if you take out Jedrick Wills, Andrew Thomas, and Mekhi Becton, he's the first guy off the board. And you look at some of the guys that they got this year. Gavin Williams, a running back he's actually from Des Moines, Iowa, which I think is where Iowa State plays. He's a 3-star athlete, but I'm sure he will be a good addition. They got a 4-star defensive tackle in Logan Jones. I don't know who any of these guys are, but again, you're looking at guys that, and it's even saying in the States, like they sign a lot of guys in Iowa. They got the 4th overall player in Iowa, the 5th overall player, 62, 8, I could go on. Now, all of the guys in Iowa go to Iowa to play football. So they should be pretty good coming back, I'm sure. I doubt that you look at it and it's like they take a huge, drop this year. But anyway, getting into that, or moving past that, really. Look at the 2020 season. Open up with a cupcake, Northern Iowa. That's at home. stay at home with your rival, Iowa State. Then you go on the road early on a Friday night, September 18th, at Minnesota. I'll do a Minnesota preview pretty soon. Come back home for 2 weeks. NIU, I'm not even sure who that is. Michigan State comes to town. At Ohio State, at Penn State, home against Northwestern, bye week on Halloween. A lot of teams have a bye week then. At Illinois, home against Nebraska, at Purdue, and home against Wisconsin. So, I really don't know what to make of this because, again, I don't know what, I don't know what the team's going to look like with Iowa and head coach Kirk Ferentz. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. Overall, Iowa is 17-15-1 in bowl games, so they're not really one of those programs in the past where they're. I mean, you do the math there, right? What's that? 33 total bowl games, right? In its history. I mean, so they're not really one of those bold, teams that has always been there. But this is a team that now can compete. I think what the head coach has done, especially in recruiting, is really great. I think a few years ago they beat Ohio State. They've beaten Penn State recently, I think. So the past couple years they've had some decent wins, really great wins. But we're looking at 2020. Again, Northern Iowa, Iowa State, Minnesota on the road. I think they could be good at home. Should have no problem, with the first two games. Northern Iowa and then Iowa State. Then you go on the road at Minnesota. We'll see what they look like. I'll do a preview video for them. You look at some of the losses. I think you lose at Ohio State and at Penn State. So that's 2 losses right there. At Purdue. Purdue's tough on the road. When really anyone goes there. Just ask Ohio State. Anyway. A key game to watch, I think, is the final week of the season. Wisconsin. I'm not sure what they're going to look like. They've recruited well. They got great talent. They're one of those teams that a few years ago almost made the playoffs but lost the Big Ten championship. Of course, opened the door for Alabama to get in without the SEC. Yeah. I don't know what that's going to look like. I think they're really good at home. Again, they should have no problem with their home games. They'll win their first 2. That's a given. At Minnesota, I really don't know. That's kind of a coin flip there. I like what PJ Fleck is doing at Minnesota with the Gophers. Recruiting really well. Had a good season last year. Made a bowl game. Again, played Auburn in the Outback Bowl. Let's see. What was that? And they won that. So they ended the season on a high note. I would give that game, I'm going to give it to the home team with advantage, home field advantage. Give it to Minnesota. NIU Huskies, again, nobody team. Should have no problem there. Next week, Michigan State. Then you have back-to-back road games with Ohio State and Penn State. Northwestern is one of those teams of the Big Ten. Again, call them a high school team if you want. They're terrible. That's your homecoming game on October 24th. That's a win. Bye week on Halloween. At Illinois, home against Nebraska, at Purdue, and home against Wisconsin. I could see them winning all of their home games. I could see them... I'm not sure about the Purdue game. I'm going to give that to Purdue because Purdue is on the road, and we've seen them recently beat Ohio State. I really don't know, but since Purdue's at home, I'll give that to them. So when you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say about maybe 4 losses on the road, and those will be their only losses. So we're looking at maybe an 8-4 season for the Iowa Hawkeyes in 2020. That's my official prediction. You guys comment down below and let me know. Will they have more wins, less wins? What's it going to look like? Again, obviously, going 9-3 last year, mainly taking a step back, losing one extra game because they went 9-3 last year. I'm, calling 8-4, but you never know with Iowa what they're gonna do. They'll make a run at trying to make a good bowl game and at least competing in the Big Ten. With that, I guess that's pretty much it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Always feel free to type in the comments. Let me know what you think, Iowa fans. Am I right? Am I wrong? Anyone else out there, definitely let me know what you think. And guess that's pretty much it for this preview video. I'll be honest, I'm a little confused today, but I figured I'd still try to make a video. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, Ballard Sports Media, checking out.